They can start wars or stop them, save a life or take one. Guns have changed the course of history, protected homes, and fueled endless debate. But have you ever wondered how a gun actually comes to life? Let's step back in time before getting into how modern guns are manufactured. Guns were invented in 13th century China when someone made a hollow bamboo tube and forced gunpowder and a projectile into one end and ignited the other end. The first gun was not pretty, but it worked. The impact that weapon had transformed the globe into a modern arms race and never stopped. By the 17th and 18th centuries, flintlocks were the weapon of choice for combatants. This was soon followed by revolvers, bolt actions, and then the long run of semi-automatic weapons we have today. Each of these transitions was based on the values that really matter for guns: weight, speed, and reliability. The 20th century brought a wave of innovation. Engineers began using aluminum and polymer parts, cutting down weight while improving durability. Firearms became easier to use, easier to maintain, and far more adaptable. Rifles like the AR-15, originally developed for the military, set the standard for modular design. Today, that kind of flexibility is built into most modern rifles, allowing shooters to customize for hunting, home defense, sport, or tactical training. Now that we've covered the backstory, let's step into the real action, the factory floor. To see how guns are made today, we head to one of the largest firearm manufacturers in the country. And this place is no small operation. We're talking 300,000 square feet of high-tech machinery, skilled workers, and non-stop production. In just 1 year, they can crank out over 40,000 rifles. It all starts with a design. Engineers use CAD software to build detailed 3D models of every part. Nothing's left to guesswork. Every curve, thread, and groove is carefully planned so it fits together perfectly in the final build. Once the digital model is ready, it's time to bring it to life. The materials are chosen with care: aluminum for the upper and lower receivers, and steel for the barrel. These aren't your average materials either. They go through tough strength and durability testing to make sure they can handle heat, pressure, and time. Here's something cool. The same kind of aluminum used in these guns is also used in aerospace parts. It's light, tough, and doesn't rust easily. That's part of what makes the gun so durable without being heavy. And that's just the beginning. Next, we move into the heart of production, where solid metal starts turning into real gun parts. Once the materials are tested and ready, it's time to shape them into something real. This is where the heavy machines come in, and it's nothing short of impressive. It all begins with a solid steel rod known as bar stock. This is what will eventually become the barrel. But first, it has to be drilled with absolute precision. Using powerful machines, a straight hole is cut down the center. Then, that hole is smoothed out using a process called honing, which polishes the inside until it's slick and flawless, like the inside of a mirror. But a barrel isn't just a tube. It needs rifling, those spiral grooves that spin the bullet and keep it flying straight. To make that happen, the factory uses a process called hammer forging. It only takes a few minutes, but it's intense. The steel bar is hammered down over a tool called a mandrel, which has the rifling pattern carved into it. As the machine pounds away, the grooves are pressed into the inside of the barrel. The result is a barrel that's not just accurate, but built to last. While the barrels are being made, Other parts like handguards and charging handles are also being produced. These are made with the help of high-end machines designed for speed and precision. And here's something straight out of a sci-fi movie: robots! This factory uses an advanced robotic system known as SACAT, which helps polish and finish the parts with perfect consistency. It's not just about speed, it's about making sure every gun looks and performs like it's supposed to. From raw steel to finely crafted components, this is where a gun really starts to take shape. Now that all the individual parts are ready, it's time to bring them together. Each component, from the barrel to the receiver, to the smallest pins and springs, is carefully fitted by skilled hands and sharp eyes. This isn't something you rush. Every piece has to line up just right, because even the tiniest mistake can throw off performance. The engineers on the floor take this part seriously. They're not just building a gun, they're building trust in every trigger pull. That's why each rifle is put together with care, following strict steps to make sure everything functions the way it should. It's not flashy work, but it's the kind of detail that makes the difference between an average firearm and a great one. Once the rifle is fully assembled, it's not quite ready to leave the factory just yet. Before anything ships out, every firearm goes through a strict series of tests to make sure it performs exactly as it should. First up is the shooting range test. This is all about precision. Each rifle is fired under controlled conditions to check for accuracy, consistency, and proper function. If it doesn't hit the mark, it doesn't pass. Next is the combat handling test. This one takes the rifle outside, putting it through real-world drills to see how it performs in action. Things like recoil control, stability, and response time are all under the microscope here. And then comes the toughest one, the durability test. These rifles are pushed to the limit, dropped in mud, soaked in water, blasted with dust, and exposed to extreme temperatures. The goal? To make sure they still work perfectly no matter what they're put through. Only the rifles that survive all three tests earn the stamp of approval. One of the biggest reasons people are drawn to the modern guns is that they can become whatever you need them to be. Whether you're into long-range target shooting, hunting, home defense, or tactical training, these guns can be customized to fit. And it's not just about looks. These changes actually affect how the rifle performs. Want to improve your aim? You can attach optics like red dots or scopes, depending on the distance and speed of your target. Need more control during rapid fire? Add a grip, vertical or angled, to steady your hand. If accuracy is your top priority, many shooters go with a free-floating handguard. It reduces pressure on the barrel and gives you room to attach extras like flashlights or lasers. Then there are muzzle devices. These small parts can make a big difference by reducing recoil, flash, or even noise, making the gun more comfortable and easier to handle. In short, today's rifles aren't just weapons. They're platforms, built to adjust, built to evolve, and built around the shooter. From a block of metal to a fully functional rifle, every gun has a journey, and behind each one is a mix of engineering, precision, and craftsmanship that most people never get to see. It's a process that blends old-school skills with cutting-edge tech, all to create something that works when it matters most. If you enjoyed this inside look, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes journeys just like this.